forest garden. My goal with gardening, number one, is to be knowledgeable about all the native, medicinal, and edible plants that grow natively in my area. So in the desert, that was the cactus, that was the bushes that were native, etc., etc. Here, mushrooms is a big key of that. And for the past 6 months, I've been waiting for chanterelle season because my father, my mother, nobody taught me about mushrooms growing up. They only taught me don't eat them in the wild because they'll kill you. But that's not entirely true. There's 3 mushroom experts I would love to study with in person, but up until now, I've watched thousands of YouTube videos, almost every one I can find on the edible mushrooms of this area. In addition, all the literature I've been reading up on, and chanterelles are one of the easiest to identify and harvest. And if you are already a good mushroom forager, you know, it's easier for you to find chanterelles, but for those beginners like us, it's difficult, and there's a learning curve you got to get through. So every neighbor in the area has given me books on edible fungus and medicinal fungus. This book has some great information and pictures on the chanterelles. I wanted to harvest a bunch of morels, but you really have to go to areas that have recently had a forest fire for those. So now we're in the summer, getting in toward fall, and the chanterelle season is upon us. So the chanterelles, medium to often large, golden to dull orange, and fleshy. Under the often irregularly shaped cap, blunt veins taper out on the stem. Mild to spicy taste, often fruity aroma, and they're one of the easiest to identify and one of the most delicious. This area is riddled with them. I've been following every other Vancouver Island-based mushroom forager, and they're all harvesting mushrooms now since we've had wet days, since we've had a lot of rain over the past few days. And as I'm doing the tanks and getting the tanks ready, I think I found chanterelles here on our property. So let's go out and pick it together and see if it really is a golden chanterelle. Nicole and I are going to go on a couple of mushroom foraging hikes coming up, but this is just in our backyard here, or our front yard. What is this? Front yard?
Side yard?
Side yard. And I see some, so let's go check it out. I've been walking through here every day, wondering if we would see any in our property, because I know they're going to be around our property, but there's tons of mushrooms. Probably, I would say I've identified at least like 24 different kinds, which I don't know what they are because I'm not an expert. This one is interesting today, is being attacked by a slug. So this banana slug is on this one. But that's a really cool looking one. So this one was breaking through today, and I honestly need to get my knife. So I'll go back in there and get my knife. I'm gonna try to take it off here. And from everything I have seen, this is quintessential perfect chanterelle. If the camera can zoom in, you can see how the bottom has those gills that are not really gills, they're decurrent. So they're actually part of the mushroom. And it's this beautiful woody smell. And it's just growing in this moss here. And from what I've seen from other people that find them, once you find one, you'll find clusters of a lot more. So I'm gonna, of course, now like a freaking gold rush guy, I'm gonna have to look around and see if I find any more around here. GoPro time.
GoPro time. It's rainy, so we can't bring the good camera, so I'm really sorry.
Okay, this is gonna be a possibly dangerous excursion today because there's bears and cougars and wolves all around.
Yeah, but we came prepared, and we have our baskets, and Jake has us down there.
We got the gun, we got the horn, we got the bear's mace, we got machete, we got mushroom knives.
And I got my pigtails.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk loud and walk heavy so that they hear us coming. Because the only way that you have a problem with the bear is if, like, you surprise a mom with cubs. But like, as soon as they hear your voice, your steps, they run away. They're scared of you.
Yeah.
We've seen already dozens of bears out here, but never even had issues.
Yeah.
I think most people on YouTube think that bears are waiting, like, to just snatch you and drag you in the forest.
I know,
like,
people get so worked up. It's like
people get so scared.
Bears are like harmless. They're not going to attack you unless they have a reason to attack you. Like if you're just minding your own business, then you're fine.
And you know what?
People.
You're gonna die someday of something anyways. I'd rather not die all curled up with my Amazon package watching Netflix on my sofa. I'd rather die out by the bears.
You like kind of Jake die? A bear. Oh, that's badass.
At least I turned into compost via bear poop, and
Ew.
I re-fertilize all these trees.
Oh my god.
So it's always by woody areas with moss, with dead trees, and a hill.
Alright, here we go. Entering the forest.
By the way, this is not just like for aesthetically.
Yeah,
This
okay.
is not a fashion trend, okay? This is my basket I'm gonna take off here, and then
You are such a nerd.
I have my mushroom basket.
How cute. Here's my basket.
This is an enormous tree. What did you find down there?
It's like a forest of mushrooms. Like a little village of mushrooms. That's so cool.
They're everywhere.
I feel like skipping. I don't want to step on any. This is where the Smurfs live.
For sure. You see them? So we hiked probably like for 3 hours today, and found nothing. We should have just stayed in our backyard, because now we're back in our backyard again, and they're all over. And sorry for the audio and the footage today. We're using the GoPro since it's raining like crazy. You found them. They're hiding all over. They're like punches in bunches. They grow in bunches. Really beautiful. And so you can tell that the gills are not real gills. They're like attached.
Yeah.
They're amazing. I nibbled one earlier. How long did we get wet in the rain for, hiking around the whole area?
Probably 2 hours.
More, maybe. Because now we're right in our backyard. This is the part of our forest that we haven't expanded out to yet, and they're everywhere. I'm using my cool grafting knife. It's pretty sweet for mushrooming, that hook on there. So check this out. I don't want to damage them. I'll let the camera get a little... Those are some beautiful looking ones. And then I'll flip them over for you guys to check this out. There's the underside. These look really good.
They do.
Apparently, like in Germany, these are like the rage, like truffles.
Mm.
Sorry, Germany. Shout out Reinhard Kirsten. Novatero. time we really caught it right at the beginning of the season because we're seeing babies everywhere. We're not picking, and we're letting those babies get bigger and mature. It's like amazing. This guy's a little snail on him. This one is a really cool one.